Are we filming? Yes, we are. Are we coughing slightly? Yes, we are. My apologies for that. Still not out of the woods yet, but I'm feeling good. And for those that have sent very kind words about my health, oh my goodness, that is probably another eBay item. My goodness. Right. Well, for those that have sent me their warm wishes, thank you very much. And I am recovering. So, another binder. So, what on earth is this? A twin lock personal memo book. The perfect loose leaf notebook with refill. That's interesting. It says Twinlock, an ACO Europe company made in Great Britain. Twinlock personal memo books, complete with faint ruled sheets, are available in the following handy sizes. So what have we got here? We've got 6 1/4 by 3 1/4, 6 by 3 1/2, and 5 by 3. A to Z indexes, including a useful telephone address section, are also available. It says personal memo books are part of a wide range of personal office products from Twinlock. For further information, see your local Twinlock dealer or write to Twinlock, Free Post, Beckenham, Kent. Now, the Beckenham factory, the Twinlock Beckenham factory, I believe was built, I believe in the 20s. I'm not sure when this dates from, but it was described as new old stock, which is always interesting. So let's put that box to one side. Okay. Here we are. Now the first thing, this is sort of a vinyl binder where the edges have been thermally fused together. It's an interesting size. This has Krauss rings, which is obviously a sign of quality. Let's see how they open and shut. Quite firm, these Krauss rings. That's probably because it's brand new, albeit quite old, but never used. Interesting. I just want to compare it with another memo book from an earlier era, which, if you've just seen my last mail time, it was familiar to you. So here we go. So this is a different size. This is definitely a smaller size. Interesting. How do the rings stack up? Now let me see. What I need is, I should have got some. I'm just trying to see whether I've got any here. No, I was going to just fit a standard pocket-sized filofax insert here to see if it fitted, and I can't find one. Tell you what I could do though. Let me just take out. So this is, although this is a Guildford Mini Extra. No, this is not a Guildford Mini Extra. This is a Filofax Executive Mini Executive. Let me just take out one piece of paper. I know this is 5 rather than the 6 here, but at least it will show whether the actual ring, the rings are in alignment. Yes, they are. So clearly this would fit pocket-sized inserts. So very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. Is this a usable item? Well, I don't like fasteners and I don't like pen loops. And I like sort of a fairly rudimentary design with no pockets, because pockets in a notebook become an encumbrance because you have to find something to slide under the paper so that you can start writing. But these are very, very good. These are very, very good. Excuse me. Just blowing my nose there. So I don't know how old this is. I mean, it could be. I think it predates. My assumption is it's because of the preference for inches rather than the millimeters. I would say that this is probably 1960s or very, very early 1970s. That's what I would say. Compared to a mini filofax, well, it's obviously slightly bigger. It has the same dimensions this way. I think that would work very, very well as a small pocket book. In fact, how does it stack up compared to? Let me just find. I'm not very organised here, am I? Let me just find a point of reference. So this is. It's not a moleskin, but it's an A6 moleskin equivalent. There you look. These are very, very similar. These are very, very similar. This book, and it's made by Twinlock, by the way, as you know. It is very, very similar to the size of an A6 moleskin, and so I think this would appeal enormously to people that want a small moleskin size book, A6 book. Nothing fancy, that would just look very, very, once you've got paper in here, it would look very, very similar. Even the thickness is very, very similar to a moleskin. So, I mean, this is just perfect. Let me just put that away. I think this is one of my best acquisitions this year. I really do. It didn't cost very much. And of course the Krauss rings are just the icing on the cake. I mean, you know, I don't want to bang on too much, but they are the business, the absolute business. And it's interesting. This is interesting that here we have a very rudimentary pocketbook, nothing fancy, just made out of vinyl. A Twinlock personal memo book, and it does exactly what it says on the box. The perfect loose leaf notebook with refills. And, you know, the pedigree, the Twinlock pedigree goes back to 1905. This was made in England. Actually made, well, I'm assuming it was, yes, made in Great Britain. This was actually made in a factory in London, in Beckenham. It even says that. It's been sitting in someone's drawer somewhere or a shelf for 50 years, perhaps 50 years. And it's fantastic. The flatability is not perfect, but that's probably because let me just do this. I mean, this is sacrilegious to bend something so interesting and so perfect. But there we go. There we go. What a lovely thing. In fact, I think this is so good. This is such a fantastic find. I might end up using this out and about occasionally. Who knows? I'll find a use for it. I will absolutely find a use for it. This is. I wouldn't say it's the find of the century because I've had several of those already, so it's difficult to know what to choose. But I was very, very pleased to spot this. I know some people get put off by, vinyl or plastic. I mean, I certainly am put off by. My philosophy is personal to me, but I do like this sort of thing. Where it's very, very basic and basically designed as a working tool rather than something fancy. I do like fancy as well, but when it comes down to working tools, this is good. This is good enough. And these, I don't really want to lift them, but these are completely fresh. This is probably the first time it's been opened in maybe 50 years. Maybe a bit. This might even date to the 1960s. Who knows? But as an interesting item, I think that was a fantastic find. And until next time. Oh, have I got it right? I'll put it in later. But as a good find, I would say that rates very, very highly. Thank you for watching. Until my next video. Goodbye.